Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. Today we have a wonderful one. We're looking at a viewer's allotment, a brand new allotment. It's been not used or uncultivated for 12 months, so it's a bit of a wreck. Carl has emailed in. He's asked us to rescue and take a look at his plot to see what we can do. And as you know, or if you don't know, I am an allotment site manager. We have over 80 allotment plots in our site, so it's a big one. I've seen every mistake in the book, and the first mistake I've seen from this plot is, well, it's not a mistake, it's a preference. Essentially, Carl, your plot is 9 meters by 23 meters, so that's a full allotment site. Generally, anyone new coming to our site, they get given half a plot first, they earn their stripes, and they have a gentle progression up to a main plot. So the fact you've been given a main plot straight out of the gates is, it's good, but you're jumping in at the deep end. So we're here to support you all the way, and this is exactly what we're going to do. So looking at the pictures, what you've got a few beds hickledy-pickledy around the place and a lot of torping. You've got a shed and you've got 2 bays of compost, which is all absolutely fantastic. And you have already kickboards around some beds. So first thing I'm going to say to do, trim everything, trim all the grass out so you can see where you are and what you're doing. And I would put those beds into 5 square beds on each side. So you've got your central path, 5 beds coming down each side, and I would square them up. So budget wise, you will probably just need some kickboards, but you haven't got already. You may have enough on the site. So have a look, see what you got. And that's the first bit of money I would put into this site. And you don't need a lot else, by the way. Then it's personal preference on if you want the area around the beds to be grass or wood chip. And if you're going with wood chip, you will have the extra expense of buying the weed proof membrane. It's a large area. And then doing a very thick mulch of wood chip for your first one. So it's lower maintenance, it's easier to manage, but it's a lot up front. So bear that in mind. And grass is easy. Grass will grow everywhere. And it's easy to manage if you have a mower, like a petrol mower or a strimmer, and you can keep a time dedication to just keep mowing it. That's the way I'd go on your path situations. So first of all, square up your beds. As you already have 2 compost bays, absolutely fantastic. I would dig through them, see exactly what you've got in there at a minute. If you have any premium compost at the very bottom, I would take it all out, bag it up and rotate what you have in the bays, so that can start afresh and just remove the good stuff out. Once the beds are squared up and you've got the perimeter all sorted with your new wooden battens around, I would then put the tarps on them, so cover them all over except one. And that's a bed you're going to start with just to make you feel like you're actually gardening and instead of a planning stage. And the first things I would sow this time of year, so we're at the end of July, is I would look to autumn planting. So that is your what are these? These are bright light chard. So chard is like spinach, tastes like spinach, good in soups. You can sow that now. And also some kale. You can sow that now in plug trays. And if you're stuck, just watch any of my what you can sow videos. They'll all help you out. And the easiest one to get you kicked off is lettuce. So sow some lettuce now as well. And that can go into the bed that you've uncovered. So 10 square beds, 5 down each side, 1 with the cover off. Dig it over and put some blood, fish and bone in there to invigorate that soil, because it hasn't been used for a good 12 months, like you said in your email. So we've got a bit of soil rescue to do as well. Once that bloodfish and bone is, you can put some compost from your compost heap on there as well, and then get your beautiful lettuce, your spring onions and whatever else you've got going into that bed now. Once that's all out of the way, we can start experimenting with things like green manures on the other beds. So you didn't tell me what sort of soil type you've got. You did tell me, however, you've got a little bit of bindweed in there, and if it has been left for 12 months and you've only got a little bit of bindweed, deal with that straight away as well. So uncover the beds, dig it over, get all that bindweed out, and then recover as you're squaring them all up. Now, you did mention on a couple of occasions on your emails that you want to grow more fruit as well. So future plans, we could also look at having a fruit cage in there. Will be absolutely fantastic for any sort of gooseberries, any black currants, any red currants, anything you've got going, even your strawberries. So your strawberries, you said at a minute you have a strawberry patch, and now is a great time to take runners. So if you've got any stems that come off a main plant that has a little separate plant coming off it, just put that feet into the soil, peg it down, and that will grow another plant for you, so a free plant. And once the root's established, you just snip that line, the umbilical cord between them both, and you've got a free plant. So that's what I would do with strawberries. And in the future, put a fruit cage over the top, and you've got beautiful soft fruits that the birds and the pigeons won't be eating. Now, staying on the soil condition theme, you said there's a few stones in it, but you didn't tell me what it was. So sandy soil, a loam, or a heavy clay. So you can look over winter at doing a few beds, only a few, with a green manure. And what that does is a plant grows up and you let it either die back or you cut it back. And as the plant grows, it puts nitrogen into the soil. And then when you cut it back, it all dies back into the soil as well, roots and all. And what that does, it just improves that soil for the next growing time, which will be next spring in your case. There's loads of green manures, so research what you've got based on your soil type. So you did also mention you would like to do some wildflowers. In your case, we have so many beds and such a big area. I would just dedicate one bed to wildflowers, and you can sow them from September, sow them away and get them in the ground and get them started up. Improve your soil first, and that should be good to go. You only need to mow it once or twice a year and your flowers will come up. However, some wildflowers, they do spread their seeds all over the place, so bear that in mind as well. And that should look like a very good plot. You have also mentioned that you have a shed on there, so that's good. Clear it up, tidy it up, and away you go with the shed. I would also put future plans again. You did say you wanted a greenhouse or a polytunnel, but not yet. I would save one of the beds that's next to your shed for that area. So either flatten it all down, let it go to grass or wood chip, and then when you get time to get that greenhouse in there, put it there. The area's already prepped, ready to go, just waiting for you to get on to that job. So all in all, it looks a very good plot with lots of potential. Management wise, time wise, is going to be against you on such a big plot if you're not used to gardening. That's why I said square them up, get the boards around the sides, and I would just use kick boards for fences. I'll link them in the description. Well, I'll link pretty much everything in the description, but the kick boards, nail them in and you're away to go. Do your paths so it's all looking nice and easy and low maintenance, and then put the covers on all the beds so you're not dealing with an uphill battle on weeds to start you off. Get yourself comfortable in the first bed. Because there's only 5 on the 23-meter plot, each side, you're going to have plenty of room per bed, and you're going to grow a lot of veg out of these. So have one bed as your salad bed to start with. Like I said, bit of blood, fish and bone, and you're away. And what that does, it's a slow release fertilizer, and it'll just improve that soil condition if it hasn't been grown on for at least 12 months. So Carl, I hope that helps, and I wish you every success with your new allotment site. And please email me in the future and share some pictures so I can put them on here again and show the community how you've been getting on. And if you've enjoyed this style video and you've taken on or about to take on a wreck of allotment, email me and we'll see what we can do to help you out as well. And it's all fun if we grow together, add comments in the community down below the video, and just give support and guidance to any new starters. And the only way we can learn to be a better grower is to share information. You only learn from your mistakes, and I have made an absolute boatload. I'm sure you have as well. So we'll see. With that all being said, we'll see you next time.